Welcome, guys. This is Endurant AI Podcast, the podcast to go to learn how artificial intelligence can help your small business in very practical ways. My name is Tyler,
I'm Brendan.
and welcome. So today we're actually going to be talking about this paper that Apple published called "The Illusion of Thinking." Understanding the strengths and limitations of reasoning models via the lens of problem complexity. I'll be honest, and I think we agree on this. I think that this is kind of a marketing ploy by Apple.
Yes, I mean everybody on this paper works for Apple. Every
Yeah.
researcher
Yeah,
is an Apple intern.
yeah. And so I think, I don't want to be too hasty in my judgment here, but, after reading some of this and doing some other research on it, I really think that this is kind of Apple's excuse for why they haven't done anything substantial
Right.
in the artificial intelligence world
In the past 4 years.
in the past 4 years.
It's sort of
Yeah.
like I was saying. It's like whenever somebody's like, "Oh, it's not cool" because they can't do it.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
So
Yeah, like we were talking about, like if you're a kid,
yeah,
you're trying to, bouncing back and forth, trying to one up each other, right? And then one kid can't do it, and they're just like, it doesn't even matter. It's a stupid game anyways.
it's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this kind of feels like that's what Apple's doing here with the illusion of thinking. It's really interesting that they would publish this to me. What their whole goal with this paper, just for those who haven't read it, which is probably a lot of people because this is 30-page paper with a very complex, what's the word for it? Like a lot of
Technical jargon.
technical jargon. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean. But so the whole goal is they kind of go through it in the abstract and the introduction here, but they talk about how their whole goal with this study is they're trying to test these, what they call large reasoning models, which are basically the large language models, but with these advanced reasoning capacities that we've seen developed. Examples, what they test with was like OpenAI's O1, O3 models. O3 is the model I use on a day-to-day basis. It's great. I love it. DeepSeek R1, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Thinking, and Gemini Thinking. And I've used these, or especially, like I said, the OpenAI O3. Love it. Use it every day. And I think it's actually pretty decent at solving problems in my experience.
Right.
Obviously, we all know that there's a very limited capacity for problem solving with large language models.
Yes, it tends to kind of start hallucinating after a little bit.
Yes.
Especially so if I have a large document
Yeah.
in a ChatGPT personal project or something, it will start like making stuff up that's in the
Yes.
document that it thinks it says it's in the document, but it's not,
But
really,
it's not
there.
really there.
So I got to be like,
But it sounds like something that could be there.
it's like it takes it and then
Right?
it makes its own thing out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, no. Please just read the document.
Just do it.
And then when I see it says reading document, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And then you're good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Isn't that so funny, dude?
It just, I think it's a matter of computing power.
You think so?
Right.
Like they're limiting it, or
It has to be, right?
yeah. I think there's a certain aspect of that for sure. Because I think we'll get to that here in a little bit. So there is an argument to be made that let me back up real quick. So what they come to the conclusion is that with these LRMs, large reasoning models, they gave them a set of tests and said, or set of games and said, hey, here, solve these games. And, they were okay at certain games, but then as the games got more complex, there was a certain area where once you got to certain complexity, the models just dropped off and didn't really solve them at all and started hallucinating or started, just giving the wrong answers.
Or it just wouldn't do it at all.
Or just wouldn't do it at all, wouldn't think.
But the reason that I saw
Yeah.
is because they didn't have enough tokens.
Do you think that, well, but it said that it did, didn't it? I thought it did.
No,
Maybe not.
Because to give you a rough estimate for like the Tower of Hanoi, which is one of the games that was tested
Yep.
against all these AIs. It's a very complex game after maybe 4 or 5 pegs. I mean, I think they were testing with 12 pegs when they started falling off, right?
Yep.
And let's say that each move in the game costs 10 tokens.
Yep.
Well, there's like thousands of moves you have to do, I think, in
Yes.
order to actually beat the game.
Yeah.
So I think I heard the rough estimate was like 65,000 tokens, which is impossible.
Okay.
So it can't even do that.
But it said right here, like, so if you look at this in the introduction here, it says, moreover, they exhibit a counterintuitive scaling limit. Their reasoning efforts increases with problem complexity up to a point, then declines despite having an adequate token budget.
Interesting.
So I think that they found a way, and again, I don't know how you test that if you're testing another company's product.
Right.
So I don't know how they verified that they did have,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, it won't tell you, right?
Yeah, it won't.
I guess it will. Maybe it will with if you're using like APIs.
And it's probably what they were using.
Maybe that's what
because
they
I know
were
they talked about having like a clean lab simulation
Okay, yeah.
where it's like they just had the
So they were using the
pure
APIs
AI.
for these models
Yes.
and using it on their own.
Right.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So they probably did have enough tokens, so they would have been able to. I'm assuming they would be able to measure that,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So, despite having "quote unquote" adequate token budget, they were still weren't able to scale their solving capabilities to a certain complexity of problems.
But that has to be a reason of or I guess the reason has to be computing power, right? Or is it just that these
Well, wouldn't that be equivalent to a token thing?
right? Yeah. Exactly. But like what does Apple have unlimited computing power for these AIs to use? Do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm sure they have adequate.
But what I'm saying is like do you think if these AIs had more computing power, they would be able to do it? Or is it a
That's
problem
the
that
thing.
you can't scale these any
That's
further?
what I heard someone talking about that the other day. You can't just like past a certain point, you can't just throw more computing power at a problem and expect it to still solve it. There is a certain complexity where it can't solve it because of the computing. Yeah.
Right.
So that might be the case here.
Yeah.
You might be
That's
right.
that's what I was wondering.
But yeah, I think the charts are interesting too. It's kind of complicated. It's hard to break down. But
Okay, so yeah, number of discs after
Yeah.
a certain number of discs,
Yeah.
then it just gets too complicated.
Yeah.
10 is a lot.
So it looks like
wow.
after 10,
Yeah.
but then after 10 is a lot, but after 10, it 100% looks like it drops down.
Yep.
If you look at that middle chart there. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, so just for reference here, so one of the tests was this one. This is an example of one of the games that they're tasking these LRMs with was the Towers of Hanoi.
Yep.
I don't know. But so basically as you can see right here, the principle is you have to take all of these discs and move them to this last one. But the caveat is you can't lay a bigger disc on top of a smaller disc. So like I could lay this one here but then I can't lay this one here, right?
Right.
Won't let you. It violates the game. Right, and so your whole goal is to get it over to here. So, like for this one with 3 discs, minimum move number is 7, and so you have 7 moves to get this whole thing over to there. Otherwise, it'd be inefficient, right? And so you can still solve the problem if you do more than 7 moves, but 7 moves is the minimum, right? It's the most efficient way to solve the problem.
Right. Right.
And so it's really interesting that they. I think it's a really good test actually because, there's a way to solve it, but then you can also measure, its ability to solve it efficiently based on how many moves.
Right.
Right. Well, so let's go ahead and solve this one just for fun. So if say you take this one, put it over here, and then you take this one, you put it here, then you stack this one back on top of here. No, is that right?
No.
No, it's not. Sorry, you stack it here. Oh, crap. See, I already messed up. And then you take all of these.
Take that and put it
Take
first
that,
one.
put
Yeah.
it back this one here, and then this one here. Okay, so I got it in 8 moves.
Yep.
Crap.
No, you're good. You're not an AI.
Not an AI.
Bump up the discs by
Yeah,
one.
so if you can bump up the disc up to 4,
15 moves.
15 moves.
Yeah.
And so you can actually keep going. Like, so at 8, so it's really crazy. If you go up to 8 discs, minimum move number is 255.
That is crazy.
So that's what's interesting to think about too, because that is what this is saying right here, right? It is saying that complexity, number of discs, is talking about the Towers of Hanoi, right?
Yep.
I'm thinking that's what it is. So it's talking about
Yep.
this
It is.
test. And so if that's the case, 10 discs, I mean, that's a minimum number. I don't know how to calculate this because it won't let me go above 8.
Oh,
but
really?
8 is 255.
Well, let's go down to 7.
So yeah, okay. So let's go down to 7. That's 100.
Okay, it's got to be.
So it's got to be at least
exponentially-
1,000, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because if it goes from 127, I wonder what the logarithmic. Or,
it looks like it's like almost double, or a little bit more than
a
double.
little more double. Yep, I think it is double almost because it goes 7, 15, 31.
It's like double plus 1.
Double plus 1. Well, this one, yep, 31. That's double plus 2.
No, it's double plus 1.
That's double plus 1?
Yeah. 31 and 31 is
32 plus 1,
Yeah.
yep. And
kinda
that'd be
weird.
double plus 1. Okay, so 255, what would that be?
it'd be
So 2,
like 5.
bear with us, guys,
511.
sorry. So 255 double plus 1, that's for 9. Then double again plus 1. So probably about 1,023
Yep.
minimum moves.
Yep.
And that's the most efficient way to solve this.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting AI to do 1,023 moves to solve this,
Yeah. And you're calling it a failure because
and you're calling it a failure
that's what
because it's
they're
not
calling
doing it,
They're calling it a failure.
I can't do that.
I think it's a success.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it would take me an entire day to do that, if not more. I mean,
It would take me. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. I would give up.
after
Yeah, I would
10
give up too.
minutes, I'm
Exactly.
done.
I would probably spend an hour on it and then give up because it's just not worth it.
Because we're gonna do it in 10,000 moves.
Yeah.
I don't have
That's
enough tokens
crazy.
in my body.
So, but does this mean that it solved it at the 10 mark?
It looks like it.
I'd be curious. I wonder how many moves it got done. Does it tell us down here at all?
It's a lot of words there.
A lot of words. Gosh, I wonder. Maybe if I can
But the
scroll
paper's
down.
entire point really is
Yeah.
that, hey guys, large reasoning models are just LLMs that are a little bit better,
Yep.
right? That's
Yep.
what it's saying.
That is kind of what it's saying.
And it's saying we're not getting close to AGI, which is true in a sense.
Yes.
I mean, technically we're getting
well,
close
because
to
go back. What
everything,
is AGI exactly? Like, what's the actual definition of that?
AI that thinks for itself, in my opinion.
AI
That's what
that
it
thinks
is.
for itself.
I mean,
Okay.
it's
So it's
artificial general intelligence.
So it's like an AI that can do anything in your life.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like we don't have thinking AI. We have pattern recognition AI. But the
Yeah.
argument is to be made: are we just pattern recognition? Is that what our brains do? Is it just pattern recognition?
No.
But we
it's
have some creativity, don't we?
We do. We have creativity, and I think we're very advanced in our thinking. So I think that, like, I almost think about it compared to like quantum computing. You know,
Right.
like I think we're almost at that. Like our brains are almost at that level
Well,
where
they
we can
have
think
to.
about two different things at once.
They are
right?
physical, so they are probably operating quantum,
Yeah.
like quantumly, or is
Quantumly. I
what
guess
is the word
so.
for that?
Yeah.
Quantum. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think in a sense our brains have to be working on that level
Yeah.
because they are biological.
Right.
So
Yeah. I'd be curious. Let's look that up actually. If we have time.
we have to.
Let's look this up. Can human brains think on quantum level? Let's find out. Thinking.
03.
03. I do actually really like this model though. If you guys aren't using 03, please do. I've had a lot better results especially with technical things that are very specific. Looking up technical questions, I've had a lot more success with 03 than with anything else.
Gotcha.
Because it's supposed to be advanced reasoning.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Short answer, almost certainly no. Okay, never mind. Well, we don't know what we're talking about then.
We don't. Well, our brains aren't working on quantum level, so
I guess so. We get an
we
excuse.
have an excuse.
Excuse. We get a pass. Okay, so this is interesting. Well, we won't dive into all this, but
That's a different podcast.
that's a different podcast. Ooh. Okay. I like that. But yeah, I think it is interesting. I do think that, and this paper has actually drawn a lot of criticism since this was published.
Yep.
Just because it does seem like it's purposely just trying to undercut what these LRMs are able to do.
Yep.
And it seems pretty pointed because, I mean, they can't do it themselves.
Yep. I
It's
know.
like, it's better than what you have.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Exactly. At least they have something.
At least they have
At least they're
something.
working on
Exactly.
something.
At least they're working on something, and it yields real results. I mean, everyone uses this stuff, and it actually yields results. And the thing is, too, even if it has... Because here's the thing, too, I always think about is if it has the appearance of being able to solve complex problems and it's able to fool us, great. It's yielding results.
Yep.
Because if it's able to get the right answer, even if it's not thinking entirely on its own, I think it's great.
It's a helper.
It's a helper.
We don't. I know some people want, like, at some point, artificial intelligent creatures.
Yeah.
They want that.
Yeah.
I don't think I want that.
I don't want
I don't
it
think
either.
I don't think everyone wants that.
I think we'll see that before the end of our lives, though.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
I mean, the way things are moving right now, it's kind of crazy.
They'll have to come up with laws and like
Yeah.
ethics, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It is crazy. Do you think that they'll have like? Do you think they'll one day have like a set of laws for like humanoid AI robots versus actual humans?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I don't.
And
like
it'll be different laws because they'll
it's
all
gotta
be
be,
seen
I
as
feel
lesser
like.
beings.
Hopefully.
They will be.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they're technically and definitely better than us in all ways.
Inefficiency, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smarter, stronger.
Yeah.
More. Like, I mean, they can live forever.
Right.
It's.
Yeah.
They're better than us, so we're
They
gonna
are.
treat them as lesser beings because we're humans and we do that. If somebody's better than us, we put them down.
Yeah.
I would much rather be a human being than an AI, though. I like to have to learn.
I do too.
And I like to have to read things and understand them instead of eating them like code.
Yeah. Yeah, because I also saw like
Yeah.
I saw something that was talking about it was a really good graph actually, but it was just it had on one end it was pointing towards software and like very systemized programming, and on the other end it had randomness, and then it was saying that large language models are in the middle, right?
Right.
Where there are randomness, there's randomness to it because you don't want it all systematic because then it can't really solve anything.
Right.
But if you have too much systematic, just pure programming on it, then it won't be able to solve as much, I think.
But yeah, it's an interesting paper.
It is interesting.
And it's also worth noting that they put this out just before all their announcements.
It is.
About-
Speaking of this announcement, actually, too. So Reuters just came out with this saying that Apple is potentially maybe going to use either Anthropic or maybe OpenAI to power a new version of Siri.
Which is pretty un-Apple.
Pretty un-Apple. And I think that really has a lot of implications for data security and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, one of the reasons why Apple has maintained its reputation as being one of the most secure and most private companies for data is because they build everything in-house, right?
Yep.
And so they're able to lock it up in their own systems. But, the way, if they do this, that kind of sets a new precedent for them,
It does.
Yep.
I wonder if they'd be using the API.
I would assume so, or, something. But,
Interesting. It's very interesting. It seems like an admittance of defeat.
yeah.
It
It
really
does seem, exactly. Which shines a new light on that paper, right?
Yep.
With things like this. And that's the thing, too. It's like if they really don't believe in LLMs, why are they going to use one with
that's
their
where the money's
Siri?
at. That's where the money's at.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's where the pot of gold is.
And I think that, I really think that if they do that, between that paper and this, I think that's that means Apple's going to be disrupted.
Yep.
With the coming of AI here.
Yep.
Um,
you know,
That's crazy.
Apple's valuation market cap
Yeah.
was way ahead of
Yeah.
Google and Microsoft and all these other companies.
Yeah.
Now it's third place.
Yep. Yep.
And it's
And it's
because...
behind.
What?
Go ahead. I was going to say, and it's behind NVIDIA now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And NVIDIA is a leader in artificial intelligence and computing power of all that nature.
It's crazy.
Which
And
is
it's all
crazy.
because they couldn't... And I wonder why they couldn't get
don't
AI
know.
going.
I don't
it
know.
seems like it was so easy for these other companies just to show up with their
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Apple, they have more than enough money, and they've invested
Yeah.
millions and millions,
yeah.
hundreds of millions,
That's
maybe
what I
billions.
really just don't get.
I don't know where that money went.
I don't know either.
into their AI research, and they
Yeah.
got nothing. They say,
got nothing.
"Oh, we took a gap year."
Yeah.
They said that.
Really?
Yeah, they said we took a gap year on our artificial intelligence
That's crazy.
because I really
I
wonder
wonder
what
who was
happened.
running all that.
I know.
You know?
I would fire him.
Who dropped the ball?
Yeah. I mean, that's so crazy to me. Because
It
I feel
is.
like Apple's very good at researching. I mean, obviously they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they come out with great product. And then, well, here's what I was saying earlier. I mean, usually Apple's a little bit behind on things, but only a little bit. We don't have anything AI from Apple, really.
No.
I mean, Apple Intelligence.
It's
What
a
is
joke.
that?
It's a
What
joke.
is that?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was awful.
So.
And people were so excited for it too. I was excited for it.
Yeah.
But it just
I was
a
excited.
big
I don't even have an
disappointment.
iPhone, and I was excited for it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Finally.
No. But
No.
it was just a big disappointment.
Nope.
So. Oh well. Well, I guess that's all we have for today.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, great. Well, thank you guys for listening. Please leave us a comment if you have any suggestions or anything. We started doing this new thing where we're doing 20, 25-minute episodes. If you guys like that, let us know. If you want us to go back to the old format, please let us know. Please subscribe if this helped you at all in any way. We would love to be able to be a part of your AI journey with your small business. So I'd say that's about it. We'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
See ya.
Take care.